Call this meeting to order. Board of Selectmen, October 15, 2018. Can I have a roll call, please?
Marshall Bishop here.
Michael Wilson here.
Steve McQueen here. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I apologize that we didn't get to say the Pledge of Allegiance at the last meeting. So we started out with a semi-workshop and it didn't get done, so I apologize for not doing that. Okay. Open up public input. It's 6:01.
Don Guarino. I'm actually reading a statement from Amy Brown. She wasn't able to come tonight, so she asked if somebody could read this for her. My statement is to the constant comments and complaints during the Board of Selectmen meetings from 2/3 of the board and our assistant town administrator about members of the community communicating their opinions, thoughts, and comments via social media. Just as has been stated during past Board of Selectmen meetings, that the members of the board as community members have every right to freedom of speech. This right extends to every member of this community, whether it be here in the meeting, a letter to the local newspaper, or a news source, a 91A request for information, signs in our yards, or social media platform. We all have the continued right to freedom of speech in any form we feel fit. We do not all have to agree. We don't all have to acknowledge. We don't all have to like what is discussed. However, it's our right to freedom of speech. So during these meetings, this board may continue to complain about the community members voicing their opinions and concerns on any of the above mentioned platforms. However, it's not going to change. Every single member of this community has the right to freedom of speech as they see fit and will continue to do so. So as a community member, I ask that you please stop belittling every community member who chooses to speak out on any given topic, including topics about this community via any of the above mentioned platforms. We have the right, just as you defend the board, has the right as a community members to voice our opinion, and we will continue to do so. Amy Brown.
You know, I think when what the public is saying, when it is brought out here at the board, that it's not factual, I think is what the word. But that's it in a nutshell. I mean, I want to engage, but when I start seeing it affecting other residents, then that's when I step in and I say something. All right.
So the concern with social media as a whole is the non-factual information going out at a board meeting. So she's absolutely right in reference to when she has the ability to discuss on social media, just as all of you do. You can have your freedom of speech. It's the non-factual information constantly coming in via the public at these meetings, and if we don't respond to it in factual information from either myself or the board, what goes out is the silence is assumed, or if we don't answer specifically to one item and we just let it go, it's assumed that it's factual. That's the problem I have with it, because as an employee, it's really hard getting over that hill when someone has come in and has all these questions for you in a right to know or a preconceived idea based on what they've heard from the public that's simply not true or has a very small grain of truth. And then you have to overcome that with actual information and evidence, and it's this constant battle to get good information out versus the bad information.
to stay off social media.
You don't even read it.
Sandy Carino. I'm just wondering, on Facebook, which I try to stay away from, you make it sound like when people are talking to each other, that most of their things that they're saying on Facebook is not factual. Are you saying that 10% of it's factual? Or are you saying 50% of it's factual? I mean, you're really kind of belittling people on Facebook because you're saying they don't have the facts.
They don't have the facts.
Then why don't we get the facts?
You get the facts, you don't want the facts. That's the problem.
I believe,
Well, you said you don't go on it a lot anyway, so.
I said I don't go on that much. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Right, I don't. So, I just, what?
Sure, so I'll respond to I'm saying a percentage of what people are saying is not factual. Whatever discussion we're having or a particular topic, some facts may be more than others, but the truth of the matter is it isn't factual. And when we do, especially, so the directives, is a plain, clear example of the directives went out. We had several amendments to the directives going back and forth. There was all sorts of rhetoric that wasn't true. Now, whether they heard it from another employee, I'm not sure. The information that we were getting out, and it was being twisted on social media, was extremely frustrating. Even to the extent that we have now, you have information out there that's simply not true. We have proof behind it, and it will all come out in court or through mediation, hopefully. But what we have are the full facts on this side, because it's not just one side from an employee or one side from public that hasn't gotten all the information. What I get really concerned, especially on that topic about, is you, as a member of the public, aren't entitled to all of the information right now. Eventually it will come out because it does play that fine line of an employee and not public information. So we want to give you good information. We want all the facts to come out. We're just not able to at this point for the full picture. But what you're making is decisions based on not having those full facts. And that's very frustrating because how do you make a good decision based in knowledge that isn't 100%?
But why isn't this board more open on the police directives? I mean, to be honest, I heard you, Steve, say, I don't know if I went to the last meeting, but at a meeting that you're pursuing, you said, no, the police are pursuing going to court. I would think the town does not want to spend any more money on the court costs when the judge said that you probably won't win. So you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars of taxpayers' money on pursuing the directives when nobody in town wants them pursued. We want it ended. And so whose decision exactly is it that is pursuing, that has gone through and is going with the directives in court at this point?
You want to answer that, Mike?
All three?
I'd like to hear the answer myself.
The board.
So the board is not looking out for the taxpayers' money, nor are they looking out for the best interest for the town.
What we are doing is in the best interest of the town.
You're spending thousands.
We have policies and we have RSAs, and they need to be adhered to.
Well,
They need to be. Everybody.
and warrant articles should be adhered to too,
As
like the
far
biosolids,
Now, see,
which passed. No,
It-
you're not
it-
adhering to that one.
No, because the only thing that I did with that is send it to the attorneys, and the attorney
Why?
said,
It's like, why did you even send it to the attorneys?
because you asked us to.
No, because you had started out on that. That's wrong.
I didn't start on anything, but anyway, no more biosolids. But as far as the directives,
Yes, more biosolids.
no, you're right. You're right. We are being sued by the police department, and what we are trying to do is uphold what we have for policies.
So they're pursuing after the judge had said what he
That
said. You
is-
are pursuing it, or the police department's pursuing it, or Matt, or
The
whoever.
police department is the one that brought the lawsuit to the town.
But you are pursuing it after the judge said you probably won't win.
Now the judge has to go through each and every individual one. He did that as a lump sum. We've lost nothing. It just has to go
What
down.
is the point?
Because
There is a
that's-
policy in place.
and they're not being adhered to.
All right, well,
They're not being adhered to, so.
you're not adhering to the voters on the biosolids.
No,
You went totally
the
against
article
voters.
said that it's not happening, right? That people are getting grandfathered.
It's not a grandfather if it's a public hazard.
But they come up with the information and bring it to DES and show them, and don't bring the 2002 one person who said something. You need more than that. It's not my decision.
I think it was a municipal law that I found it, but
Municipal
it's
law.
all over the
And
state.
they had one in
I
2002.
gave you all that information.
I
You guys
read
chose
it,
not
and
to
it
look
was
at
all old. It was all old. Get something new and bring it to DES.
Old as in what?
2002?
Okay.
Okay, but they don't have anything new. Here nor there, the way the article was written, it was left open for grandfathering. I didn't write
You
it.
can't
I didn't.
grandfather that.
Well, attorneys say we can. DES said that's fine. I don't know what more you want on any of that.
DES
DES
will abide by the town. I did call them that.
and our attorneys said,
So what you're saying is
I-
there's
we-
no public hazard anywhere in biosolids.
I don't know.
It's not a public
I
hazard
don't
or
know.
a nuisance.
I don't know.
If you don't know, then why are you not sticking to the rule?
We're
that the-
sticking by what the
vote?
attorneys said was how the article was written and what has happened.
So why can't we have the attorney present and discuss that?
Spend more money on lawyers?
You're spending it freely.
It's not freely.
All right. Anyways,
I mean, you got the emails, right, or something from the attorneys? Wasn't that enough? Why do you have to have the attorneys here? You got their emails.
because it's not enough, Steve. I
The
mean, it's a
emails from
public
them
hazard.
stating, the
You
emails,
cannot grandfather a public hazard. You can't.
NHMA and town attorney.
In Greenfield, a kid died from biosolids.
You don't know that. You don't know
Montenegro
that.
paid thousands of dollars
Okay.
and put a gag order on his mother. That's in Greenfield, New Hampshire. Is that a public hazard? A death? I don't know. It's not done. Biosolids aren't done. Thanks anyway.
Anybody new first? Oh, okay.
Rob Carpenter, I just want to clarify that Ms. Greenwood does not speak for everybody when she says no one wants the directives. I think it's, as I said during election season, I think it's a good use of accountability, and it also does take into account watching over town's funds and making sure that a department head is accountable for his expenditures in the way that he's using his money. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Janice McQueen. I've heard from several people lately who've been reading and listening to all the negativity spread here at our meetings and posted on Facebook. And their comment is, I wouldn't want to live in your town. What a shame that this is happening to our beautiful town of Gilmanton. Now, with the board's permission, I would like each week to start a new trend at meetings of commenting and recognizing all the wonderful things and people that make this such a great town. Since Veteran Day is approaching, I especially want to individually thank each week some of our veterans here in town that have loyally served our town and country. How about saying something about how great our transfer station looks now, and how well the people there are doing these days, and how Maura at the tax office tried to resuscitate the poor gentleman who was worked up at the last meeting and had a heart attack. And by the way, my condolences go out to the family. How about all the good publicity Gilmanton got with the Vineyards exposure on TV? Hasn't anyone had a good experience with any of our town facilities and offices that they would like to share? If you cannot attend the meeting and would like me to read a letter for you, I would be glad to do so. All I'm asking of all our good residents is for at least one new person each week to attend and bravely speak up something positive. I look forward to seeing some new faces.
Thank you. Bob, did you have something?
Thank you. Bob Burton. Mr. Wilson, how'd you get in the building tonight?
I have my key.
The front door or the back door?
Back there.
Back door?
Yep.
Back door.
Front door.
Boy, very nice. When do you think you're gonna open the front door?
Yeah, and as soon as the glass is complete, we had to wait. We were doing safety glass and downstairs, and we had to go through another organization because it's part of. We don't really have to adhere to HDC, but we have to adhere to another organization. And we were waiting for them to come back to say that that was an acceptable, what we were doing. And at the time, the builder that was going to do it ended up, couldn't wait any longer, so he started an 8-week project of Molten Bowl. And then when he's done that, he's coming in and we actually were hoping to have it done before election, but we didn't have the permission to do it yet.
Safety glass for where?
Windows.
Which windows?
You know the big windows that are downstairs in the hall now?
Big windows in the hall.
Up in the big hall. You walk in,
Top of the wall.
top of the wall was 4 big windows. On
Above
each
the front
side,
door?
2 and 2. You go in the front door, and then you to the right, top, 2 big ones there, and then 2 big ones there. Right below them are going to be windows into the offices. Where you're going to be able to, there are going to be 2 36-inch windows, and you're going to be able to take care of your business. Go to the right if you want the selectmen. You go to the left, you get your vehicles done.
So the doors, there will be no doors there to walk in. You'll have to walk up to a window.
Look, there's a 2 windows, sure. Well, we clean that all up. It's going to be a nice countertops. It's going to be a place for all the literature to go.
And how much is this costing?
No, it's 4,900 for everything, excluding the glass.
49.
Is it different? 4,900.
So I just want to make some clarifications. Initially, the clerk windows came out of, we were trying to use what we have, which was as you walk into the office space, you go to the counter. And the initial conclusion was if we glassed that in, that would be sufficient. However, it came out to be like $6,300 just for the glass. And the other issue that we constantly have in the office is due to those camera setups, it's very noisy in there for us. We constantly have to stop what we're doing while we're hearing it while other people. It's very distracting when you're not the person at the counter. So it does make it a very hectic work environment. We have Tuesdays, but our part-timers don't work Tuesdays, so they have to work within the chaos, which can be very difficult if they're trying to concentrate, trying to type something out like minutes. So the idea of the clerk windows came so that something is not in interior of the office and the noise can stay out and hopefully mitigate these issues for interior of the office and productivity can be increased. And then it does a multi-purpose for security and the glass isn't going to cost $6,000. Now you're just placing the glass within the windows on a 36-inch box instead of having this glass box that was initially supposed to be like $6,300.
What she said.
So you're going to close the doors off and put safety glass?
No, they're not doors, they're windows.
No, I understand that. But the doors that are there now,
They're
when
going
we
to stay
walk,
there.
they're going to stay there. They'll just be closed and locked.
Right.
And
And you'll have windows to 2 36-inch windows, 2 to the selectmen. We're thinking maybe 1 for the selectmen on the right, and then 1 for maybe planning and building permits.
And who's the contractor for that?
RJ,
J.R. Stockport.
Yeah. And we did, so the issue that Steve was talking about prior was, the historic issue.
Sure.
Is LCHIP.
L-chip, you can say it.
We had 2 contracts with them. One was for the windows, I forget what other project was done, but it totals, I want to say it totals like $52,000 that we got in grants. So if we go against LCHIP in any way and you don't approve those changes, then you have to pay those back. So approval is needed before you do any project.
Okay.
They're a little less stringent on the issues of like the generator outside and how things seem to look, but they do like the aesthetics outside and inside of the building. I was looking for the sketch that we had several meetings ago. Essentially, the clerk windows are going to be framed out just like the windows above, the 6 panel windows above, so aesthetically it's very pleasing, and that's what they approved.
Yeah.
And the same bead boarding and all that's down there is going to be continued. And that's what we now expect for the position. Well, his price is the lower price, and the addition is his work.
Sure. Okay. All right. That's it for right now. Thank you.
And this is for you. Bob?
And I would like to state with the front door issue,
Yeah.
what we have currently is, yes, there is a buzzer on it. No, it's not open. 2 items. At the last meeting.
At the joint one?
Last meeting committee that happens. It's essentially, it acts as a department head meeting, but it's not. It's each department has a representative that comes and they assess different town properties and they discuss safety issues and things of that nature, what can be fixed. At the last one, Old Town Hall was a discussion, but parts of this building were a discussion as well, as far as the parking situation we have, as far as the paving issue we have. The paving hasn't been done since the 80s. That will be in the budget this year, hopefully, because it's an absolute necessity. But what the fire chief brought up is he was concerned that access to emergency vehicles, if parking was to continue out front, would not be a viable solution. So he's going to relook at those issues and see if that essentially needs to be a fire lane versus parking. Now, you could take the additional areas where it's all sandy and extend it, but then you have to think about Primex rules and conditions because that playground is there. We're on the cusp of it being too close to the driveway anyways.
Sure.
So there are issues, and the decking of that, when the steps were redone and we thought the board just had to be replaced, it actually has rock all underneath, and it has become a bit.
Whole sill is gone.
Yeah, so we'll have to, there's no way of accessing the sill from inside the building, so the decking will have to be ripped up and the project will have to go at that angle from it. So that's going to be budgeted this coming year. So there are several issues with the front door, not just for security reasons, parking.
I mean, per se, that it's been shored up, so it's not gonna be a hazard now. We just got a couple more little boards to put on, so when in fact, it needs to be addressed.
Addressed. If there's
Yeah,
rock,
but
if there's rock on the building, then it needs to be. If there's a
Yeah, you
rotten
need to
mess,
get it.
if there's a rotten mess in town hall, it needs to be fixed up. I'll
Yep.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's one of 3.
Oh, okay, perfect. So now that somebody else brought up the directors, I will maybe address that a little bit. So I talked with 3 police chiefs in different towns. One was in Belknap County, and one was from Stratford County, and one was from Carroll County. And all 3 agree that these directives against break, and they're perfect right there, 105.2A. And for those people that don't know it, I took a screenshot of it on my phone.
105.2A,
105.2A, which is, you mentioned in the directives.
right?
So, I'm sure the 3 of you are very familiar with it. But, the police chief, blah, 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 who is appointed rather than elected, shall have authority to direct or control all employees of his or her department in their normal course of duty and shall be responsible for the efficient and economical use of all department equipment. And then it goes on to say that if they don't do that, then you have the right to dismiss them of their duties. You say that the chief, and apparently we're not smart enough to know everything's going on, so that's fine. But if the chief is not following policies and SOPs, why is he still here? This should be moot. This should not be here. This is what caused the lawsuit between the police department and the board.
Are there any directives in there that are actually telling the chief what to do?
Yes.
What?
That
There's
he
one.
has- that he
I
has
can
to-
think of one.
That he has to have somebody here on, is it Tuesday night when the
Monday and
town,
Thursday nights.
when the town clerk, tax collector, that tells them, you cannot tell them what,
Anyway, but-
you cannot tell
Okay,
them.
You're right. I shouldn't have to tell him.
I agree 100%, okay? I personally,
That's the only-
my personal opinion is, I think it's great. If there's all women down in there, my wife's afraid to go out at night. She's not afraid. She's
Leery.
She's cautious,
Right.
okay? And do I agree with it? No, but it's not me.
Right.
It's their personal. I have absolutely no problem with an officer being out there, but you cannot tell them that they have to be there. You
I
can't
shouldn't
do
have
it.
to, Bob. I shouldn't have to. That
My
is the
point-
only, okay, pick a different one. Pick a different directive, Bob.
The whole thing, the whole.
They're not telling them. They're
the whole-
telling, those, I tell you what, right now, those directives right there are not telling him, there's one, that be out here. We had, in 2016, we had 2 officers that worked for us. They were great police officers. They were out there. We didn't have to ask them. They were there. Every one of those directives, we're not telling him what to do. We are telling him to tell us what he is doing. That's what we want to know. We're not telling him. None of it. We want information. You're not on an island where you get to do whatever you want.
Apparently, you are, though. You're on an island.
No, the people. They meet it every week. Though that's my boss.
Okay, so here's the thing. When does a town go to court with the police department?
December 12th and 13th.
December 12th?
Yeah, Laconia Superior Court. And
13th.
everybody come. Everybody comes, so that's when you're going to hear it all.
So our assistant town administrator says that when things come to light in all this court case, everybody's going to be... So you can guarantee that this was money well spent.
You're going to be pleased.
No.
You're gonna be
Guarantee.
pleased.
You can guarantee that this was money well spent.
That
And
money
if-
that we spent is going to be, if that money that got spent, we are going to come out of it with directives. We're coming out with it. There's no way in 105 2A, 105, look at the camera on. It's not coming perfect, even better. 105 2A is in our favor because we are the appointing authority. We are the authority. The Board of Selectmen is the authority to have these. Now, when you go ahead and read that one that I gave you, that's just one. They can say whatever they want. They're there. They're SOPs or...
There's a difference between policy, SOP, and directives. The lawsuit never came about until the directives were issued. So there's a problem with that. There's a problem with the directives because there was never a lawsuit before until the directives were issued.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna look into this. Unfortunately, I don't have as much time as the board to look over the law stuff. So between my brother and the 3 police chiefs that I talked with today, I will investigate this. And if something
that's just off the internet. That's just...
that
What, something happened?
So I just want to make some clarifications. Of course, there are no guarantees in lawsuits of any kind. However, the law is significantly behind this in RSA, and our council is very adamant in reference to what the Board of Selectmen's purview is. So I understand everybody has heard the opinion, and you know what they say about opinions, so I'm just going to
Correct.
look at that. The judge stated an opinion. He did not state a decision.
correct.
So, given that,
balances there is checks and balances with policies and SOPs.
And if they're not following those,
Then RSA 105-2A states that the Board of Selectmen can dismiss that person and has legal ground to do it. There's case law to do it. Okay? Shoot. I may went blank.
no, I get it. So no.
I do it all the
you're
time.
Right, and when it did start, there was communications. However, legal was brought into it very quick and not by this administration. So when you have someone that per his job description needs to work with town officials and your first response is a little bit of conversation and then legal jumps in, it's a problem. That's not really effective communication. So we've been dealing with this since 2016, and without getting into all the details, there's a problem. If every single department ran like this and we had lack of information from every single department, we would not be standing as a solid organization of the town.
My question is okay, so then the information that you're asking for,
Yeah?
is that information that you're legally allowed to know, or is it something that is only information that the chief is allowed to know, and you have to say, okay, because as a board you're not entitled to some of that information, and the courts and RSAs have ruled on that. So is that some? So is
the
it?
RSA is saying that we should. The policies of the town say we should.
But what if the policies? What if the policies break the law? Then those policies are no good. Then you have to change the policies.
They're not breaking the law.
I don't know, because I haven't seen the policy book. And I haven't seen the policy book, and I haven't sat down with somebody that has law background. In terms of something that you said earlier, I remember you came back. The town's lawyer, in terms of dealing with this directive thing, is that the town's regular attorney, or is that the town's attorney that's dealing? Or we have a separate attorney dealing with the directives, correct?
Correct.
So I'll preface that by saying, initially, I can't tell you what the time frame because I don't remember. There was an RFP that went out to seek new legal counsel.
Mhm.
What the board did with Mr. Drummond Wisdom is they're more on the labor law side of issues. They do heavy background in police work, so they were the preference in dealing with this case due to the fact that, well, what we currently have in our town legal counsel is not that he's not well versed in anything like that. The board just felt that there might be conflict of interest, and also it might need a little bit more, I would say, a little bit more savvy on the labor law end of things. So that's why they picked
Or did he just say, I'd be more than happy to take your money, whether you win or lose, I don't really care because he's getting our money?
No, so there is, you have to understand, this RSA is, I want to say.
Which RSA?
The.
105.
502.
It was reformed, and I think it's been only in standing for, I want to say 3 years, but don't quote me on that.
It's 3 years.
3 years, yeah. So the problem with the RSA is it's kind of vague, but kind of specific. No one's challenged it. So you have references. No one has challenged the RSA yet.
What happened in Belmont?
So
Wasn't it
that
challenged?
It did. It was 21 years ago.
Is that what it was, 21 years?
Yeah.
So it is.
And it was totally different what they were asking in the McCarthy Belmont case.
It is slightly different. And so the problem with this RSA, like with anything, and you brought up the science before, we have a current zoning ordinance, and I'll still stick to it that per our ordinance, those signs, due to the fact that initially we didn't know they were political, did not fall within our zoning ordinance. We'll stick to that if the day is long. Now, you bring free speech in it, okay, there is a Supreme Court case about that, great. But what our current zoning ordinance is that we don't have do what they want. And that's fine. As far as this board and the legality of it, what weighs in the balance is not only you're simply a police state, because this board has no structure or no knowledge of what this department is doing, but what follows suit is then what other departments are going to do. And then if you don't know what transfer station is, what highway station is doing, what fire station is doing, downstairs, I mean, could you imagine trying to maintain an organization without having any control, any ability to have your employees follow policy, or pick and choosing which ones they wanted to follow?
But I'll go back to my original, or one of my previous statements is, RSA 105-2A states, if the chief of police is not following town policy, you have the right to dismiss him. And if he's not, and
I don't want to dismiss him.
Should that be your first go-to? And that's what the board was trying to not have happen. It was the conversation first in order not
But-
to let the police chief
But
go.
this was issued December 4th,
Yep.
2017. We're now, help me, 10 months later?
No,
10 months later after this was issued? 9 months, 10 months?
Yeah.
10 months?
Thank you.
And we're 70, the police department lost $72,000 out of their line item budget, so there's...
What line?
Huh?
What line?
Salary. Thank you,
Salary.
salary, that's exactly what it
For
was.
the 5th officer.
But that went into the legal fund.
Yes, it did.
How much has, before that $72,000 was removed from the police department budget, how much was spent before that?
I can get back to you.
That's fine,
I don't know.
that's fine. So in 10 months,
I will get back to you.
in 10 months, you've spent $72,000 plus dollars, we'll say, and I don't care. My point is if he's not following town policy and you have the law on your side, then he shouldn't be here. I'm not saying I want him gone, but if the law is on your side, then this should have been a non-issue, and we would have been $72,000 plus. We wouldn't have to worry about all this other stuff.
Thank you.
So the other judge's advocate to that conversation is then you could possibly have a challenge to that and a possible wrongful termination suit. So at any angle, you might have a case in either direction.
I honestly hope this is not a waste come December 12th, 13th of $72,000 plus dollars. I honestly hope it's not.
Mr. Burton, I will tell you from my own opinion and the information that I have seen on both sides, and I know Chief Curry feels very passionately about his side of things, and the board feels very passionately about their side of things, and as administratively, I feel like there needs to be structure due to the fact that it is an organization that needs to run properly. And I'm a taxpayer. I don't want this money spent like this. I would much prefer that a department head can communicate appropriately to this board and vice versa.
As long as the information that the board is requesting is legal. I don't know. We're not privy to that information. What you request from him, or are we allowed to know what information are you requesting from him that he's not giving?
He's the director of all of it.
So all the information you're requesting is in here. Is in part of the records.
Most of it,
But it's also against the law.
No, it's not.
So
It's not against the law, Bob.
Okay.
Read that paper.
Okay. Thank you.
Don, anybody else after that? Okay, you do the next one.
I only have a short thing about the directive. So, I agree with Mr. Burton. I believe that last year, although I tried to calculate it out, that you guys spent probably $40,000 of taxpayers' money working on the directive. You're telling us that the directive is actually better than the standard operating guidelines that the police chief's working on. You act, Steve, like this is some kind of quiz game when Mr. Burton's asking. You're saying, well, what things are we asking for that aren't legal? I remember some of them. You're not supposed to, the selectmen aren't supposed to know the police department's schedule. That's protected. The officers' schedules. Yeah. That's been
It-
said,
it-
okay, it's not. You're supposed to
They
do
don't
an
know,
officer.
they're gonna drive by and see that the officer's car in their yard.
Oh,
And they're gonna
you think
say,
that's
what is
funny?
it?
You think
Yeah,
that's
what
funny?
is it?
You think it's
So
funny?
if.
Okay, how about this?
If
You're
you,
not
now, I'm
ready.
gonna go right and stay right there
Right.
for 1 second.
Oh, yeah.
When you got that, and you see, and then someone drives by and sees a police officer's
Yeah.
vehicle in the yard,
Yeah.
is he working? No, he's
Maybe he's
not.
using another
Okay?
cruiser.
Ah,
Maybe he is, Steve.
no. Well, maybe
There's
we
only,
just-
it's
maybe
five
we'll just have
officers,
them all
five
back.
cruisers, and there's only 3 officers. So maybe another cruiser sitting in the yard.
Not this yard, their
that's
own
fine.
personal
All right,
yards,
well, that's
at their
fine.
houses.
That's
So
what
we
we
let them
Drive
back.
by, scout all 3 or
No,
5.
I'm talking to
What's
Steve,
that?
okay? No, I don't want any input, okay? This is input.
So with the schedule that he referred to, that there were names on it, the board remediated in between the conversations with legal, the board remediated and said, okay, we don't need names of officers.
Oh, how much money did that cost us? Remediated. You spent $40,000 last year on this directive. Hey, pretty funny. You know what else you're not
Nobody's
supposed
laughing.
to? You know what else isn't funny about it? You're not supposed to know the polygraph results, and you're not supposed to know the background
How
on
do you
the
know?
officers. That's not allowed.
How do you know?
Oh, how do you know, Steve?
Because
You
you've
tell
been
me how
told
you
it's the labor
know.
law.
How do you know, Steve?
Because
How do you know?
Because our attorneys say we should.
Oh, the attorney from Manchester tells you.
Yeah,
Oh,
tell
the
them.
rookie attorney.
Yeah, and
Oh,
you
that's
know what?
really good. That's good. You know what? He wants to go all the way to state
And
Supreme
the
Court.
thing about it
And
is,
you go all the way. You know something? Why don't you promise me, Steve, when you lose that you'll resign? Why don't you promise that? What, so people can listen? So people
Point of
can
order
listen.
here.
Oh, order? I wasn't talking about Marshall.
Don,
Wait, do you have a
Don,
building
you need to
permit
calm
for that
down.
bridge? You have a building permit for your
No, I
bridge?
Don, you need to
You
calm
don't
down.
have a permit.
Don.
He doesn't have a building permit.
Yes, I have a building permit for the bridge.
All right, thank you. Come on, stay up with me. Okay, here's some facts, Steve. We've been locked out of the front door based on your press release that said that it was due to too many right-to-know requests. So why is there safety glass going in? Why don't you just say, you guys need to not ask so many questions?
That's not what it is, no, Don. We've been telling the people
What?
up to date, everything.
Oh,
Anybody
so
asks.
what? No, wait a second. I read your press release.
And
Everybody else
What
did
did you
too.
get out of it, Don?
Too many right-to-know requests.
And that's all you got out of it?
Oh, well, the rest of it's bull, man.
I know, but see, you're
It's
not here
bull.
for answers.
Well,
You're
then
here-
what'd you get out of it? Tell me what
I
it
got
is.
out of it.
What is it?
Read
There was
it.
a danger?
You read it.
There's a danger? You said there was no danger, Steve.
No, it was no danger now.
Now,
It was a,
Oh,
I
okay.
am going to,
oh wait, here, somebody just handed me a press release.
was this the first one or the second one?
March 7th?
Okay, I don't want to talk about the press release anymore. Steve, do you know what the purchase policy, do any of you guys know what the purchase policy for the town of Gilmanton is?
Of course we do.
Tell me it, Steve. This is a tax.
5,000 and they own 5,000 of the
Point
bid.
of order here, point of order.
What's the
Point
point of order?
order?
Point of order what?
We're here to do the town's business, not to answer stuff
Wait a
that
second.
you want us to answer.
Oh, really?
And I'm not going to, all right, second
This
of
is-
all,
Why would you answer?
where were you
I
about a year ago when the town spent almost $100,000? The planning board went after me for $100,000 in their legal fees. Now,
That wasn't
where were you
100,000.
saying?
It was 10,000, because I had the paperwork. It wasn't 100,000. When you, hey, you come up with it. Point of order.
Okay, done.
Come up with
All
the
right,
bill.
I'm good,
Hey,
Don.
you know what's a fact? You
No,
painted
calm
the
down, Don.
academy, and you didn't
Go.
even put it out to bid.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
What
phone
painted?
bid, phone
Now,
bid.
don't even bother. We put it out to bid.
50,000
Yeah,
wasted.
yeah, 44 grand. All right.
50,000.
It was 40, yeah, we fixed the corner, right. Yeah, we fixed the corner too. Okay, public input closed, 6:46. Thank you. All right, what do we got? Approvals.
So you have the minutes. You have the
Today's the 18th, 15th.
When was our last meeting? So you have the minutes from the first, from October 1st, that needs to be approved.
That we
Now,
didn't,
they bring to my attention that there was, he believed that on the draft notes, there was the pledge of allegiance in there. I did check, the email after
said,
I
a question,
can check back.
whether or
because,
not there was an amendment on
Your
it.
email will be present. I just didn't have time to do that prior to the night, and I do want to try to get all these on the website. So August 20th.
Did you want to introduce?
No? Not at the moment. August 20th minutes as well. So if you're comfortable just giving one of those.
I am.
You have the August 20th ones here?
Yeah. Mark, can you pass this?
I'm on your phone.
Yep.
Yeah, that was,
And then I just need October 1st. Did you all have time to review
I
this?
did, yeah.
and then you go with them?
Is that the one in the file downstairs, right?
Yep, there you
Yeah.
go.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of August 20th and October 1st. Do I have a second?
I second that.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
I would say myself because I wasn't there
On which one?
on the August 20.
You can still vote, whether you're there or not. You don't have to, you can abstain.
Okay.
You want to abstain on the 20th? Should I split them up?
Yep.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the minutes of August 20th. Marshall Bishop will recuse himself. Do I have a second?
I second
All
that.
in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Marshall Bishop abstains. I make a motion to approve the minutes, selectmen's minutes of October 1st. Do I have a second?
I second that.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? There you go. Consent agenda.
Perhaps.
Are we missing one? 723 you got here? You got another set of minutes here, 723?
Mr. Mayor, you know, I might have scratched what went off. I'm still doing some research, making sure I got what I got this spring. Got a couple files that
Okay.
have been. I want to say that one was approved, and I found that out after I wrote the agenda.
Thanks for calling.
We have some things added to the consent agenda, so feel free to discuss them. This is the added items that were given to me today, but also, this is.
Which one there? These?
You'll see them because they're not on the agenda, but this is the personnel paperwork that also has to be signed.
control module replacement batteries.
We're talking about fire.
Yep.
Is there some information on the back of that PO?
That's what I'm talking about, right? No. Repairs and. I gotta look down that.
So what the board has suggested thus far is anything that's on, used in day-to-day activity and repairs that need to be on vehicles, during inspection time or anything else, if it's required to run the day-to-day business, it has been approved, essentially. So these, I believe some of these are after the fact POs, but you wanna review them, you wanna. So Leclerc Electric, that's going to be coming out of the warrant article budget, I do have to.
Is this a
look at-
time and material ticket?
Say again?
Yeah.
Time and material ticket?
I'm sorry.
Time and material is what he was on with this one? Basically, he was billing us for his time and his material wasn't a set bid.
It's a price,
So originally, I thought he had quoted like something like $12,000.
$12,700.
I'm not sure that this is a final bill because we don't count.
That's the first time we paid him, right?
Well, he's done other projects, so my memory has to be separated because we've had him do separate projects, not generator projects.
Bringing stuff up to code,
Yeah, this is.
not on the part of the generator.
Right, but this is gonna be coming out of the warrant article, and what he quoted on that was roughly 12,000. I don't think that's the final bill for.
No, because it's only, how much is that one?
I think we'll get
No,
closer
we still got another.
to the 12, that, what he, quoted.
Have you been down one? Let's see.
And then I have to write a PO for that.
But I'll bring that up right now, that big panel downstairs.
Third one?
Yep, it's the wrong one. They ordered the right one, they say they ordered the right one, it's 208 volts is what we need. And supposedly the factory sent, and they're still saying they sent the right one, but it's 480 and it won't work. If it was the other way around, if they sent a 208 and, we wanted a 480, then it would work, because you could bounce everything up to the 480, because it's lower amperage when the higher the volts. Alright.
So this one downstairs won't work?
Nope, wrong panel. That thing's heavy.
Are they gonna be changing it out?
Yes, they're finding out how fast they can. Batteries.
Like I said, I wasn't clear electric, the intention is to take it out of the warrant article line. I'm not sure which one that is at this point. I have to look at the article itself. And I believe there's someone in there.
This is the email we saw a couple weeks ago, right? On the fire truck?
Does it know?
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
Yeah,
yes. That'll be after the fact.
Yeah.
What's that one for?
This is for the,
Then you flip it. You can send that right over. Just keep that all together. Oh, we got more?
he just signed me a whole bunch of funds. Those are,
This is the new contract,
What are we talking about?
assessing?
Oh, so that, you got those last week. I got them too late for the meeting last week, so you all received a copy. This is what George the additional overtime for the assessing administrator. We did have a discussion, due to budgets, because she's not done a budget, specifically for assessing or planning. So we did have that discussion this week. What you really need to be cautious of coming up on this reevaluation is her workload, because it is a guinea pig year for that position, because it's been restructured. Diane may get some of the planning offload, just on the intake portion of it, but not the meeting portion of it.
Did you give her, did
Put
you?
those in the folder.
Since I did, I thought there was more than that. You saw me fishing?
And this contract shows this, because we don't know how much overtime Bree will be spending. We just want to be really conscious of her workload. And we may need to restructure some things in the office for Diane to do more counter, depending on how much attention needs to be spent on the reevaluation.
It's cheaper.
It is, I preface this to everyone that I speak to about the position, because we haven't hired any more individuals. It looks like there are a whole lot of new faces, because we have a building inspector who's present on a regular schedule other than contract. Diane is the position that has always been, which is, she did initially do planning, and now she's doing research and information. And now we have Bree, who does the assessing plus the planning. That assessing position and the planning position, we all knew it was going to be a very full position to qualify the hours. Reevaluation doesn't come up on a yearly basis like you'd have in a city, so it shouldn't be a problem on a normal basis. I just want to be really conscious of her workload this year, because it is going to be, it's an odd year. We've restructured the position, plus she's a 40-hour-a-week position, plus there's a reevaluation coming up. So all those things we just have to be very conscious of.
Okay. And you can put that in front? It's actually like a lot cheaper.
What? George, it's the same as 2014, because I
I
looked.
died, if memory serves, it was like 130,000 last year.
Well, I can look back again. There was, statistics were in the binder last year, and there's, reevaluation, like in 2015, George was showing it to me. I don't think the price point has gone up any, I could be wrong. I did have this conversation with him, he felt the same way as what I'm telling you. So,
I could be wrong.
I mean, it could be statements, I don't know what you were looking at versus what I was looking at.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I second that
All in
motion.
favor? Aye. All right, new biz. Elizabeth Moreau.
So essentially, she went to, this is map and lot, 131, lot 81, Valley Shore Drive. She went to the Conservation Commission. She's already gotten her variance for that land that she bought, I believe earlier in this year, or maybe on the cusp of last year. She essentially is going to be building a home eventually, and on the lot line, there is a tree that is mainly rooted in conservation property, but it would be a problem if she was to build a house and the tree was to go over. So she has asked the Conservation Commission if she can take the tree when she does the logging. Honestly, if she hadn't even come, it probably would have gotten taken down and no one would have known better, but she's doing it the right way. She did it part on conservation land, she went in front of them, they recommend it, and it just needs final approval from the board. So if you just make a motion or general.
So the conservation said it was cool?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they did
Do
it.
we have a number, from them?
No, but it is in their minutes from 10/10/18,
Okay,
and that's why I referenced that.
okay, that's fine.
I make a motion to approve that Elizabeth Moreau cuts down the tree on map in lot 131081. Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. City Financial.
It's essentially an involuntary lot merge that needs to be restored. It's a bank-owned property. Planning has reviewed it, legal has reviewed it. It's a really odd little case. We found out from their recommendation was to restore. Planning went along with that recommendation, so now we just need final approval
back to involuntary, I mean, to,
So through involuntary
that's what it originally did?
yeah,
So you're talking split it?
they want to restore the lots.
Restore them to the,
Their prior state.
And the bank owns both of them?
I don't feel comfortable with the specificity of it because I wasn't at that meeting.
did the planning board say do it?
Yep, and so did Lou.
There you go.
It's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
you should talk to Bree about it. It is a novel.
Yeah, well, this sounds pretty cool, huh?
Should be in there.
Take one lot and get it subdivided for two for nothing?
It's not.
But I didn't totally agree with the involuntary merging anyways. So I'm gonna make a motion to split those lots at lot number 121030, 39 Fox Drive. Do I have a second?
I'll second
All
that.
in favor? Aye. Opposed? Can I?
So the next one, map lot 426-005, requested to repurchase from deeding process. This has just happened.
You have an address?
Their letters right here that they submitted. This is
Say
on
it
the,
is,
this is on the recommendation of your town clerk tax collector. The recalculation is right here if you want to keep it together. And here's the RSA that backs up that information.
You got a map? Yeah. That's
It's
what
map
I'm.
426-005.
Do we have a map?
No. So it wasn't a long standing. What happened was, they got their information that there was taxes owed each year. They feel, they don't live at the house that,
Is this the physical address? Can you say that?
do you have physical address?
I didn't see one there.
I just do these things with mapping. I don't put physical addresses in.
I'm trying to figure out what piece of property you're talking about.
So it wasn't a property that came before us ever, that I'm aware of.
So this has been deeded a long time ago?
No. It went through the process. They missed the date.
This year?
Yeah. They missed
I think I
the
know
date.
which one it is. It's,
The house?
no, I think it's that sliver over in
Theirs anyway?
Loudon.
Oh, the 20-something acres?
Yeah, because it goes to a farm.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Chair.
So, then,
So this portion is just land.
Yeah, it's land
right,
too.
okay. Yeah, it's not a slip, only a sliver.
So you
I
just,
looked at that and did they not know that they owed taxes on it?
so there's two portions you have to remember. It's on land. I believe the address it goes to, they are not at, but people
It's
have
landlocked land,
Um,
wasn't it?
I think so.
another family
I
member
think it's the
lives
same.
there. They didn't ask about the bills. Unfortunately, it was just a comedy of errors on their part, which now led to this, and they have no problems paying it in full. So the recommendation would be for the board to accept.
Yeah, and Debbie's all on it, and
You see the recalculation, so I have to write a letter if you all approve or accept the recalculation and the process, then I have to write them a letter, and once they submit their payment, we have to wait the 10 days waiting period, and it will come before you.
yeah, so I mean, a motion pending, it was said to deed it, right?
You can approve
What,
the request for repurchase, that's all I'm looking for.
that's it?
Yep.
So what happens, we start the process all over again?
It's never started, this literally just happened. The letter went out, they brought the letter back in, said we never knew about this. However,
We talked about this property 3 months ago.
I don't remember that. So what
Oh,
I'm
2
saying,
months?
I don't think she was here for that. I don't remember. I think Heidi was here still.
so Deb wasn't shocked about it, but the people that came in were shocked about it. They understand they have to pay in full. I don't remember the whole process of deeding on this particular property at all. But that's, if I wasn't present, I wouldn't remember it, so, all I'm looking for is a request to repurchase. They can pay in full, and that should be.
So I make a motion that they can repurchase going through Debbie on lot number 426 005
I'll second it.
All in favor?
That's good. he come back or said anything yet?
First analysis is pretty true to which you tested. So, you are the final authority on these types of items, so be ready for a recommendation.
Okay.
What you want to do.
It's better if you would just get the shit out of there and remove it. But
Well, we'll just take a peek at this and,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna give you a packet, so you'll be able to
yep.
let it stew for a little bit.
All right.
Figure out what you want to do.
Moving forward,
Um,
we're gonna get a packet on that, Mike. Oh, you did. We'll need that before we go home, because we're gonna meet next week.
Yeah, or I can send it to you.
Yeah, that's good, something. That way we can, I
Yeah,
wanna
no,
read it before I,
be prepared, for sure.
all right? Old business. The budget. Okay, I think that we're gonna have to, do some workshops to get this all done.
well, I talked to,
Brenda?
I talked to her today, and she recommends that we get this done before the budget committee meets. So,
Yeah.
that's a big thing that she said we have to do, so.
Right, I mean, I wanna hear what they want.
Did she say, Marshall, whether she didn't mind if, so what Brenda had told me was that she was trying to prepare the Excel spreadsheets, and the Excel spreadsheets, and I know you weren't part of the budget season last year, are an easier format to follow. It was the idea. It's late at night when budget starts, your eyes get very hard to see the little tiny
Stuff is
print.
funny, it's not funny.
The little tiny print on the budgets, and this is what we used to present, and it got very difficult for everybody to follow. So she came up with Excel spreadsheets, but essentially, I wasn't aware of how they did it last year, and I believe they started out with these, and then come budget season, they moved to the Excel spreadsheets, and then there was some confusion that it didn't, because it was such a different look, people's eyes didn't follow.
Like mine.
So I think this year she's trying to keep all the same format and make sure it's good information. So it's my understanding that next week she's gonna formulate, at least 3 departments and move those forward. And at that point, we'll schedule, department heads to present that. But, I mean, at this point, because we're slightly behind, and I really don't want to get behind this budget season, I wouldn't mind if it's presented like this, as long as the information in the Excel spreadsheet is the same numbers as they presented.
Right.
I don't see a harm.
I mean, there's actually, just the department, but there's still all the, outside agencies. I wanna see them.
Well, you have been getting the copies as they come in. I put on the listing of those budget or FYI budget 2018, 2019. I'm sure you'll get multiple copies because you guys tend to, paper goes missing sometimes once we give it to you. So I'm sure it will be given to you again.
I'm guilty too.
Me too.
But essentially, I believe you have at least 4 or 5 of those. We don't chase after outside agencies. I made it a big
We need to
policy.
reach out if they want money, like
They
there's some.
need to reach out, is what you said?
Yes,
I don't
they
want-
need to reach out. I
Right.
mean, we send one message to them. I mean, you got people that want $7,500 of taxpayers' money, come and represent.
Right, so I have made it a policy personally, I know other town administrators, what they've done is they've reached out to all of the big reach-out Americans to outside agencies. I don't have time for that right now. Heidi also reached out. My belief is that they want money and they believe that they've invested in this community, they'll do their due diligence.
There's got some that don't come.
Oh, yeah, so usually what they'll do is they'll call and say, we've submitted our letter, do we need to come present? If the board would like me to, I can go the extra step, and I can contact each of these, but again, that's a lot of.
Group
that's a lot of
email?
work. Say-
Group email?
I could,
I'll help with that.
okay.
But we just do them all. Everything. GYO,
So
all.
a couple of those, what last year, and 2 others changed this year. I just have to make sure I have all the right contacts. But again, these
I
are.
mean, I'll do that. I'll pull all the emails together, and then we'll shoot one email out. I've seen them with the,
Put that in the
change money. So, yeah, I'll pull it together. I mean, Jim, yeah, I will. I just need a list of all the vendors.
They're in the town report.
Are they all the same?
That's what,
I heard one change names, right?
yeah, I can check my emails. They're pretty good about letting you know when things change. It just happened.
Right.
She just sent it, I want to say, either at the beginning of this week, or last week, or the week before. I believe it was just last week.
Okay.
Days before we get that.
Fine.
That's a good thing, because
So,
they need to be earned
The
right.
issue with the budget is how.
We need to
You
plan a
need-
day.
Twofold. You have right now a temporary hire for minutes until we can get a TA in here so that it alleviates some of the work downstairs, which is wonderful and most appreciated. In order for her to understand when she needs to come in, we do need a schedule of how we're going to run this. Much like you saw in the budget committee schedule, selectmen need to figure out what schedule they're going to follow.
You know, and I wanna, that schedule here, because we have to have it ready for that.
I do have a schedule.
By the, what, the 9th or something?
The first date he has is the 7th. We've already had one change. Chief Courier called
November 7th.
and said that date wasn't going to work for him, so I'm waiting to hear back from Chairman Forst to see who he's putting in his place.
What about next Monday? Can we do it then? That way I can clear my board for the whole day, so we have other appointments.
Yep, so what you have also next Monday is, and I think I sent out an email to you all about the interviews for the equipment operator
Right.
position.
We had,
Road agent and foreman have said that 4:30 start time works for them in reference to interviews.
next Monday,
Yeah,
so maybe we could just, do a workshop prior to that.
you want to do a workshop?
Yeah.
later? 'Cause I know
You wanna wipe the day, and just start at like 9 o'clock or something and bust out as many as we can?
The other item that you have to be cognizant of is the bridge. You said that anytime after 2 for the 22nd was available for the bridge.
Is that the next meeting date, 22nd?
Yeah, so I don't think we can do it earlier because you're going to be discussing with finance and Oil and Tanner.
Can we bump them?
I don't want to.
I don't wanna either.
Well, couldn't we, if we're gonna clean the whole day, we start off in the morning.
Is that a public meeting with Oil and Tanner? Yeah, so that would be at night.
No, they can't do it at night. They would like to come in the day, and we've requested finance to be a part of it, and she shouldn't have to stay at night.
So it's a
That's
public
why I-
meeting, but we're having it during the day, probably.
It's a public meeting so that you understand the specificities of that email and how it works with the warrant articles. Again, public will be able to be present. If they can't be present, we will have audio. There will be additional minutes. This is really more for your understanding.
This isn't a question and answer for the public,
No,
not like we've done before.
no, not, this is just,
For us, okay, then during the day is fine. I thought it was for the public.
no, I've given you, I think, either, almost 2 weeks ago, I gave you an email
Yeah.
that Joseph sent that was pretty heavy on the information, so it's more to break down that information.
Yeah.
Cool, then we'll just get it in. You will plan the day, Marshall? You good on Monday?
I'm good, just let me know ahead of time.
No, 9 o'clock here.
So,
You good with him?
for what?
We're gonna do budgets, and then we'll bust Joseph out in the afternoon, and then go right into our meeting.
On the 22nd, which is a Monday, 9 a.m., we want to start budgets.
Yep,
What do you want that to include? Because
well, get the big ones first.
Fire
are
department,
you asking
police department.
for department heads to present on this?
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, workshop, get it done. That's the first of it, right?
Well, it's not a lot of time, but hopefully I get
Exactly,
it,
so you have to.
Yeah, you can get through like an hour, 45 minutes per budget. I mean, we're not making decisions, we're just receiving the
yeah. I'm saying
information.
if they need to get together.
They've been told a month ago, right?
So, fire and police have submitted their budgets.
Okay.
Still waiting for highway. They had a pretty heavy season, so that has not been formulated. I have not received transfers yet. I have not received Deb's. She's always a little further behind than everybody else due to
So, I mean, how many do you have? I mean, if that's the case, and that's, you know, like a max of 2 hours. If you have budgets for
So we're-
7 or 8 or 9 or 10 of them,
Do you have a budget committee schedule in front of you?
I do not. Do I have one in here? I know I do. They're starting the 7th, November 7th.
So how about we pick, we don't need to include the school because they're not doing anything.
Police department's the first one.
Right, but, and I think he would be prepared to do his next week because he's already essentially written it out, but I would like to ask him based on his schedule. Because I didn't, he's thinking November 7th, he's got a conflict, so that's why that's changing. But we have not set a schedule for these department heads to present to you all.
So he won't pick.
Well, he can't make it to the budget committee.
For the 7th.
For
But
the
doesn't
7th.
mean he can't, so I can ask police and fire if they are willing.
The 22nd.
They're able to come on the 22nd in the morning.
Yep, 9 o'clock one and 10 o'clock, or they usually come together anyways. And then see what, you see what the transfer station?
Well, we haven't received a budget at all from him, so I wouldn't put him at the top.
Put them in later in the day?
I wouldn't, you wanna do all?
Let's get a budget done. Let's get them done.
Okay, how about we do the ones that we've actually received the budget?
Well, tell me them that you have.
Okay, so I have building. We have police and fire.
Police and fire and building, where's building?
Trying to see which ones are, we don't have to worry about school.
December 5th, I think.
The building, DBAK.
I've also not received elections yet.
That's a simple one.
I think, well, but if they haven't formulated their budget, it's not that simple. So I just have to ask them about that.
Okay.
Um,
The executive branch?
I haven't had a chance to sit down and formulate, I have my ideas, but I haven't sat with Brenda on mine.
Okay.
But we can, I just,
You pitch it. Get it in there. But if we're gonna spend the day, then let's get as many done as we can.
okay, I understand with that, I would like to vet it with finance first, but.
Yeah. And she's gonna be here anyways, right?
She is.
Planning, you gotta sit down with her.
Yep, I did sit down, on Friday with her, for the most part, planning isn't a hard budget.
Right?
I believe it's almost all formulated. There were a few things, and this is what you need to be conscious of moving forward is her, not so much the training end, but just little pieces that we had budgeted lower, might need a little bit more, this year, dependent.
Okay.
I think there was 4 areas I stirred in that budget.
Who else do you have?
I want to say we have cemeteries, but do you want to deal with cemeteries like they're regular? Because I
Just get it done. That's
Campus
it.
works. So
Well,
I can.
yeah, they all work. Corners Library.
I have to take a chunk of like department heads.
I mean, we can do it. We can do it we can do it later in the meeting as well. We can pick up and do 3 or 4. Take an hour and do cemeteries, parks and recs, Corners Library, GYO.
I just want you to be conscious of the fact that these people work.
I know, but at nighttime, I'm talking, have our meeting, and then at 7 o'clock or something, maybe
Okay.
probably not have public input or something to, buy us a half an hour there, and then
So
do the,
are you thinking like the year-round library?
Yep,
Library,
yep.
Parks and Rec,
yes,
cemeteries?
they all presented last year.
And, right, but it's not like this is all time. Parks and Rec, I believe they formulated their budget.
Yep, we helped them.
Corner Libraries has already formulated their budget, and I believe Canvascape and cemeteries a while ago. I believe that's what I have downstairs. So I can ask.
Do you have GYRL?
I don't, but so again, to me, it's considered an outside agency, but we budget for it. These are the auditors that come up that are odd to me because I would consider them, they're not time.
That's not, you're thinking of GYO?
But
GYRL?
Did that become a public town?
trying to think, the GYO is what?
GYR.
I don't know, yeah, that's, petition article, right? I mean, we didn't make a line for that, that I recall.
I think we did last year.
I don't think we made a line for the GYO. We did?
It's for
Wanna say
2000.
No, that's GYO you're thinking about, and there's no line for it. Not that I know of.
Well, again, we're going off, budget committee schedule, so I don't vet.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
But
I think they were supposed, do you see GYO anywhere else in there, anybody?
GYO is an outside agency.
That's,
That was also not county.
so who wrote, this came from Brian?
GYO is in outside agencies.
Okay, I figured that. I don't recall a line for GYO. You?
I don't
No.
I know it was a warrant article.
It was a petition article. It's not in here.
It's under, is it under building, if you look at
Page.
page 15?
15?
Yep, under, buildings. It states, student wall, library operations. I had a feeling that this was made as a line last year, but my memory is not.
What was the line number?
01-4903-044. Name on 47,000. But then, yeah, so she has it under current year, she has networking budget, and she has current year expenditures, and then remaining balance is zero, which makes sense because if it came through as a warrant article, we would give them the money.
So they have about 57,000 on buildings.
That's for the library.
Yeah.
So it is its own line, and that's why he.
It's its own line, but it's not.
Right, but he has to delineate because outside agencies all fall under outside agencies. These are the topics I'm talking to you that are on. We have, you know,
The library is actually an outside agency.
I know, and so is GYO, and yet we
But
recommended to give them $4,000, which we normally
Only
don't
gave
just do with outside
2,500
agencies.
and they went up to,
Well, that's what I'm saying. They asked for one thing and we put more money on top of it. You know,
that was the budget committee.
I understand. Yeah. These are the little oddities I'm talking about that where a town starts to think these are our items to deal with. Parks and Rec, being a commission, and you know, these are all the items that are on.
Yeah, it's gonna,
And I'm sure he put it like this because we supported it in the budget.
yeah.
So that's why he put it in this way instead of outside agencies, because it doesn't fall under outside agencies in the budget. So we're looking at police, fire, building, executive, planning, assessing,
Yep.
which will be a one-shot deal because she'll be presenting both.
Highway, think he'd be ready?
I haven't, no, I wouldn't say so, because I haven't been presented the budget yet.
Because you haven't received anything.
No,
That's what you're saying.
yeah.
But he said he might be ready to.
I can, so when I reach out to these departments, I'll reach out to the ones I haven't received from and ask where they're at. Because these also come with narratives. Fire and police did not give the narratives. The common practice is to submit your budget with your narratives is only on the items that are changing, not the whole item, everything they have, just on the items that are changed, but no narratives came with it, so we're re-asking for the narratives in preparation for the presentation.
Yeah,
So I'll check.
let's get as many done as we can.
Okay, well, Deb
We're
will
gonna
not,
spend the day.
Deb will not do it. I don't believe, but I can ask.
Why don't we do that and see what time you need us here, and shoot us all an email, let us know.
Okay,
That way we can,
so to understand.
Well, they find out how many you have, and then add like 45 minutes each, and then some of these are, you know, and then back that up as to when we start for the day. I'll figure that out, and then you have a fire you an email and tell you the starting day, because I think at 9 o'clock. I mean, it'd be nice to get a bunch of them done, because some of them are time consuming, and some of the presentations
Well,
that
if
they
you want to
have,
start,
that you want to hear them.
if there aren't a lot of people that are prepared, if you want the executive budget, I'll come with my ideas, and you all can help me formulate it.
And then these department heads, they should be pretty ready. I mean, we sent those dead memos out, what, over a month ago?
Yeah, I think transfer station, unless he's got projects, is pretty simplistic.
Right.
I'll see if what fell through the cracks. And
Because
what hasn't.
he went through with a fine tooth comb last year,
Right, and
so
I
it's
think
pretty
it
bullet.
I did send an email, I have not heard.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I got through all my emails today either.
Alright.
So,
Well, yeah, let's grab as many as we can. If you need any help, I'll help.
and I'll restructure the day from presentations to bridge presentation at 2:30. I believe I said.
Whatever,
2:30.
they had three different times there, right?
I believe I stayed at 2:30 because I wasn't sure if you would be done your day at 2 or you were here.
He's gonna take the day, so.
yeah, I'll clear the day and just, if we can do a bunch of stuff, then it makes sense to
Yeah,
clear
bust
it
it
in
out.
a couple days and mess up more days of work.
Right.
Okay,
So-
and that will roll into an evening meeting.
Then I'll come and help you spray.
I'll pass.
I want to run the spray.
Space.
I want to run the spray. Put me in, coach.
All right.
All right. What do you got? Set up a date, time, interviews, equipment operator.
So,
Let's do it Monday.
yeah.
You want everything done on Monday?
So what I suggest for those is 4:30, because if these individuals are working, it's gonna make it harder if they have to come in the morning and take a day off.
All right.
That's fine.
So we're going to see them all. Is that what you're saying?
I know Paul has already gone through, and he has candidates that he prefers.
Okay. Oh, so
However,
he's weeded some out?
so I can either ask him, do you wanna see the ones he prefers, because it might just be one, or do you wanna see all?
Well, we want to see all the resumes.
So
For starters,
you
I
have
mean-
all the resumes.
Okay.
I received.
Oh, that's right. The other two are here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
You have all the resumes.
Yeah, I do now. Yeah.
So my suggestion to you is to interview everybody. I mean, we're talking like 15-minute, maybe 20-minute.
Sometimes they go though. You know?
Long.
Yeah.
So stop asking questions.
I can't. I gotta know right now.
Do you want to start at 4:30? Because that's when Jim and Paul are.
Okay, sure. Yeah, because they want to be present.
Yes, they do. And
Okay.
they do.
Let's see them all. All right? No.
Well, and then I have to get the highway superintendent's recommendation.
They're going to be here,
Yeah.
both of them, the
Yeah.
foreman and the department head.
So you'll go through the interview process with each individual. You'll ask the questions. I'm sure road agent and the foreman will have their own questions.
Right?
I don't prefer those questions at this point, and you'll let them go. Each individual will come through, and then there will be a deliberation session between you three and
Yeah, I mean, should we see the questions or no?
you can formulate your own.
I am, but it is,
I don't believe that the standard questions that I've asked on most of the other interview processes. will-
yeah, no, I mean, it just, we need
You want me
to,
to ask if road agent has his own questions?
yeah, just take a peek at them.
I think you should.
I think you should.
I know.
He can have all the questions he wants, I just want him to not, anybody,
You want the questions written?
no, just what he's gonna be.
Well, he's
Ask
the one
him.
who's gonna hire, I mean, he's
No,
not gonna
we're
hire.
No, we're hiring.
We're gonna hire, but he's the one that has to work with them and control them, so, why don't he just make up the questions and then we look at them?
You can all participate in the interview process. You want to know who you're hiring. That's the whole thing. So, you're gonna see them all. You're
Okay.
gonna decide what you see based on their resume and cover letter and how they interact.
Betty,
And you'll go from there,
Okay.
okay?
Mike, that was Betty.
Yeah.
Got that? Select board items. Anything?
I got a
I'll let you go first.
friend of mine helps run the Rotary Club in Portsmouth, and they do crutches, and they send them over to Africa. Crutches, walkers, wheelchairs, and stuff. You know, we could put a sign up down the dump, maybe that people want to get rid of.
Transfer station.
Transfer station, sorry.
Used to be.
Where they could, maybe put an area
What, a box
outside.
or something?
Yeah, box,
Build a
whatever.
wooden box or something?
And then they collect them, put them in Connex boxes, and ship them overseas.
Do they come and collect them?
I
Or do we
believe so,
bring them
but
somewhere?
I'm running down the Seacoast all the time. I get them on my truck someday and run them down there to them.
Good idea, you know, yeah.
I got no problem with that.
I don't know if you guys want to pass it
Well,
around.
I mean, we ended up, what are these, oh, these are all the same?
Different ones, different flyers that you
That's
pass out.
confusing.
I tried to
You read that one, and then you read this, it gets me twisted. Oh, they're all-
And then the other item I wanted to bring up is the Old Town Hall. We're renting that out. We should really look at doing some of the emergency exit
Right.
stuff that needs to be done prior to renting it out. Mainly the panic hardware, I think, is the big
When
one.
is that, when is the
Saturday.
next, this coming?
This is coming weekend, I think, isn't it?
The contradicts,
Yep.
I think it was just because that's
We
what
get a feature.
perpetuated the email that you all have in your packet and that I sent to you,
Okay.
about the problems that we encountered, which were,
The outside lights,
well,
the emergency light on the inside,
right on.
Emergency exit light, everybody's
lights out on the porch.
Right on the post, right driveway doesn't work, front door light, it doesn't work correctly, off when it should be on, and vice versa. Permit to operate, a place of assembly has expired, and that's just me reaching out to Chief, and him updating that information.
Is that report, was that from him,
What?
Chief Hempel? The report? All the information I'm reading to you right now. I mean,
So this email, an original email that I had was from the building inspector.
the building stuff.
So when Mike and I went down to the
Well,
Old Town Hall, we went there, they did a quick run through and just based on what they quickly saw, not an in-depth, that's what those items were when I sent them
The
out.
life safety stuff that was really pertinent.
And we were also talking about the crash bar that was needed for one of the doors. We could see if the crash bar to the front door that used to be here would be the same size, on the front doors. We had
I would
to
say
replace
it's-
that crash bar.
is that still here?
Yeah, it's downstairs, I see it.
That would save us a good chunk of
Yeah.
just
I mean-
install cost.
You go and buy one and we're told we're upside down for what we make.
I just don't know if the size of the door matches what, it looks like it did.
You know, you can start, screwing on old doors like that, if you had to go buy a crash bar, what, $1,000? We don't make that in rent.
Well, I was thinking, if worst case scenario, we have one on the exterior door, we could always pop the interior door off the hinges if needs be. That way it's compliant.
And the only thing you have to worry about with that is the heat, because
Yeah.
that's what helps us keep the heat.
I would have to take it off and when it's not being used, maybe pop back on or something. I'm just trying to think of other options to save us money, but
Right, so the only thing with exchanging the doors and putting them back on, they're not like these doors, they're very hard to get on and off, and then we're calling maintenance, and
I
the
agree with you.
maintenance out right as well, so that's just something to think about. Also, the annual inspection for the fire extinguishers, we all saw that, it was part of this email.
That was from Everett as well?
No, this was from Tri-State Fire, who comes and does our extinguishers, but he also.
So that was this building, and then he had what, a problem with the transfer station?
Transfer station.
Didn't have a light?
It has one, it has an exit emergency light on one door, but not another. And the one that was currently there was broken, so he has to replace that. The one that he would add, he couldn't do, we have to have a town electrician do that, because it's wiring, because there's nothing present. He could do it if it was a simple replacement, but not wiring.
can we look at, I think Amazon sells an LED battery powered one that's good for like 5 years that you just basically screwed onto the wall.
Well, that was a good idea for the Old Town Hall, right?
Can you
This is-
still do that? Does it have to be hardwired?
I don't know. I mean, all those
Yeah,
emergency
right,
lights
right.
have emergency backup in case you lose power, so the light comes back on. So I would think if the battery lasts 5 years, as long as we put it in rotation, you swap it out in 5 years.
How do they work?
Well, they're hardwired, just like this.
No, the battery operated ones, it was a sense dark every night.
I think they just stay on, but I'm not 100%.
Well, they just come on and they run all night.
I honestly don't know anything about them. I think I've seen one on Amazon that's battery operated.
So
it'd be
you
worth
have
a
to check it out, but they got by.
So who currently does our signs, I believe, is Tri-State.
Okay.
And I know he does the extinguisher down at the town hall, and he does it at all the facilities. I wasn't aware until today that he did the emergency lighting signs as well, and that's why he brought them up at the
Okay.
transfer station. One's broken, it's smashed to smithereens, is what he said, and the other one doesn't exist. So he's thinking exit doors, they all need to have it.
When they don't receive power, then they activate.
The battery.
Yes. But if you don't have the power, if you don't have the power to say,
We'd have to look into it.
Yeah.
I was going through there one day looking at something else and it popped up. I
There
looked
should
at
be
it.
one
So-
that is hooked up to the, a wire.
yeah, but if we can get out of it for $50, I'd rather do that. The electrician will have that gas, don't
These are like that, if the power goes off that
they?
line.
Right, I know they do,
Oh,
but
yeah,
we
that's
don't
what
have
we
the power there. They were asking for something we don't have, so we need to wire them. So if they have a battery one, off of eBay or whatever, for $50 or something.
No, it's something you can look into. I'm
No,
not
I'm gonna fight
100%
on it. See what you started.
So Mike, do you want to look into that?
I can look into that.
And also, there are any windows at the DPW, like I said.
No exit signs at all, right?
That needs to be fixed.
So again, because they're not present, would you want to go if Mike can find those
They're talking exit signs now, right?
exit emergency lighting?
Oh, the lighting as well.
We need to make sure that's also code compliant before we go buy them. Make sure that if it's not going to have an issue with the main permanent battery.
Right, what does he want? Exits at the big garage? It's one door and 4 garage doors, or 3 garage doors.
Imagine the one door there would be a fairly easy one because it's an open garage. Maybe
Yeah.
they run a wire over there.
I think the panel's right there.
I'm almost sure if the exit door has to have the light and the exit. The door ones that are inside we have to go through, it just has to have the exit.
What's the exits like for where they in like his office and stuff? They gotta have them too?
He
They
just
run
said,
it by every-
he just said that none of them were present at that.
None of. So that means one.
The office here has to have it.
None.
It's not accessible to the public, so.
It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter. In the workplace, it needs to be in the workplace too.
That's a dead end.
So we'll touch base with Everett. You want
Yeah.
to touch base with Everett?
I can do
Just
that too.
ask him, based on the quality of signs you find, and see if they're up to code.
I'd like to have them.
Sounds good.
Putter it on. You good?
You all received the monthly report from the transfer station?
Yep.
You want that for the minutes? Sometimes we miss the opportunity.
All right.
I don't have it.
Yeah, you do.
It looks like that. You took it home when you came in at the end of last week.
Well, it's at home then. Okay.
All right, now we go. I found it. Couple. Yeah, what do you want to read it out or just?
No, it can just be attached.
Yep, just attach that. You want that, Mike?
That's fine.
You You good?
Yeah, I'm
She needs to attach
Sometimes
it.
the departments miss giving it to me right before the meeting or, at the end of the week, so I don't always get a chance to present it at the meetings. And it would be nice if they can, be presented.
Okay. All right, next thing is, non-publics, but I think we're gonna take a, oh, you got something?
The
Select
select
board,
board,
yep.
we need to talk a little bit about the town administrator position. I think,
So there are some new,
yeah.
resumes that came through. Those will have to be discussed in non-public, because that's.
Non-public, yeah.
I'm talking about,
Given their current work status.
Non-public?
yeah, okay, we'll do it now, probably.
You got anything else?
Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
All right.
Yep, all right, we're gonna go into non-public, but we're gonna take a motion to take like a 10-minute recess. No
That's
good?
I'm good.
And then we're going to non-public and we probably won't do any business after. but thank you for coming.